Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. We are going to react to another Royalty is Here video. The worst furry. Hypnotist Sappho? 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 I don't know how to pronounce that. It is weird, to say this, but a lot of weird things that happen in the furry community, are really hidden. Like, not many people are talking about controversy in that space, which is, that's funny actually, because they are doing a lot of weird things. Not that the VTuber community is, that much better, but, you get the idea. Yeah, my voice is dying from that queso video, dear god. I don't know anything about this, so we're going into this completely blind. I have no idea what this is about. Yeah. You should also subscribe to the channel and like the video. You'd be a great help. Every little bit of support is appreciated, and I'll get into the video now. Let's see what this is about.
So if you remember in your non-existent brains, I made a video about fair.
Yeah, nope. I'm kidding. That is a personal attack.
Furries about 6 months ago. That is furries, not fairies. Tinkerbell is not putting on a fursuit and joining in the satanic ritual that is crowding around a pizza in a dilapidated hotel room, and if you know the rest of that story, you need help.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't want to know what he's talking about. Stay away from this. Thank you.
You could not waterboard me to make me read that story again. But it's been 6 months since that video. God, hasn't the time passed? Time passes when you're having fun researching these topics and craving an imminent end at the things you see. But anyway, in that video I basically went over the furry community, why it's not that bad and why people judge them prematurely, and how it's just a few bad apples representing the community.
Yeah, it's just a few people wanting to do things with animals. Or kids. Or with other furries.
That creates this stereotype that people hate, but I did go over some of the stories of these bad apples, and it was deplorable. You had one that created a Frankenstein fursuit that was essentially a graveyard for his non-existent children.
A Frankenstein fursuit. What did he do? Did he grab pieces of different fursuits and just knitted them together? The fuck?
As much of the fur on that fursuit was covered in his own ectoplasm, and he attended cons with this suit with a smell that was 10 times more pungent than the accumulation of the
Brother, what's that?
mature cheddar.
That is disgusting, man.
Foreskin. I know some of you don't have foreskin as you live in the colonies, but bad spawn, I guess. And he also had an attraction towards animals, much like this second.
At least it wasn't a woman. A white woman in particular.
Person who this video is about. Hypnotist.
You know the meme. White women can't beat the allegations because of, like, them doing things with dogs. I've seen enough on Twitter.
Sappho, who I talked about in the same video for a small amount of time.
I am a zoophile.
Never mind. Oh my god. We are a minute in.
I do not have a thing for humans. I am more attracted to dogs like German Shepherds.
This is a woman. My voice orders this in woman. Particularly white woman. They are never beating the allegations.
Shut the fuck up.
Blatantly admitting to zoophilia, which is a...
It's with a minute and almost 2 minutes in. And we're already talking about dog fuckers. There's no way.
A sexual desire for animals, and throughout that confession video, painting it as if it's like coming out as gay.
Is a bit dangerous to even come out with the way that things are right now.
What do you mean the things are right now? You mean that things are normal and they shouldn't be normal? What the fuck is this person
And
yapping about?
It's a lot like when homosexuals were coming out in
Sure! 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 Jesus Christ. What the fuck? I need to watch more Royalty is Here videos, just dear god. We're seeing some things. Holy hell. As somebody who owns a dog, and I love my dog a lot, she's my best friend. And this makes my blood boil, because this is animal abuse, and if I sat next to that person right now, I would kick her, I assume, into the face.
the 1960s during Stonewall and those sorts of events.
And even bringing some friends along who are also zoophiles, whose friends apparently have had sexual relations with the family dog and the parent.
What the fuck? Jesus, put your sandals on. It's a perfect time to come back. We also have a German Shepherd. Jesus Christ.
Were apparently okay with it.
You need
People that
Jesus.
might be a little more curious about seeing somebody who is zoo exclusive.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Someone who themselves is a zoophile and practices it.
They've also been accused
What do you
of
mean practice it? Wait, let me read that. I'm attracted to some, but mine specifically, no. In fact, my most recent partners were significantly older. I do not know if I would call my... I'm about to vomit. Morley, no, you are not an ogre. You don't have layers. Yep, this is a white woman. This is a white woman.
talking to minors and grooming, where there are videos of them talking to said minors.
And like you said, since I am satanic mama, that kind of
Why do you make me listen to this?
implies something.
Kind of implies I want 45 ACP in my head. But anyway, they've also been accused of playing VR chat.
Find her and crew, and lock her up. What the fuck?
Nothing wrong there, but it is a war crime. But this video is basically going over Sappho again, as there's been significant changes since that last video. And I thought, why not? Since I submitted myself to war crimes in the last video, why not do it again? Without further ado,
I'm scared to react to that video, because in that video he said that that dude likes to strike others, and I don't want to get a strike. No, thank you.
Hypnotist Sappho.
I am more attracted to dogs like German Shepherds.
Hypnotist Sappho was a YouTube creator who primarily uploaded VR chat content, looking into hypnotism on the VR chat platform, and exploring Phantom Sense, which is where you can feel things that come in contact with you through VR. But in order to obtain Phantom Sense, you need to have the collective equivalent of the IQ and brain cells of a goldfish. But with Sappho's YouTube career, it would come grinding to a halt, as they would publish their now infamous video admitting to the allegation that they are a zoophile.
What the
I
hell?
am a zoophile. I do not have a thing for humans. I am more attracted
Yeah, I'm calling
to
Animal
dogs
Protect.
like
I'm
German
calling PETA.
shepherds.
I'm
which was
calling
like
I'm
adding
calling everyone.
nitroglycerin to a fire, because due to that video was circulated and more people learned about who they were, leading them to take down that video, but the damage was done and people began digging even further into their past.
Yeah,
And believe me,
you
the
better be
allegations
doing
do not
that.
stop there. Publicly admitting they're into some minors, but not all minors, meaning their previous statement they're not
I don't like all minors. Oh my god, dude. Just stay away from the kids.
attracted to humans, a complete lie. They would also commit the cardinal sin of performing VR chat ERP, which is performing coitus in VR chat.
If I find out that you're close to me and I find out that you do erotic roleplay, man, I'm gonna stay far away from you because you are weird as hell.
Smashing pixel to pixel with mostly minors, and they did not stop there. After initially going silent after all the backlash on that announcement video, comparing being a zoophile
Announcement.
to what the LGBTQ went through,
Did you read that? Ethical zoos. Ethical zoos.
in the 90s, she would continue to double down and communicate with quote-unquote intellectuals, the Neil
Intellectuals.
deGrasse Tysons of the zoophile community, to attempt to create an organization for zoophilia, and that they were
There's
the
no way.
Grandmaster Wizard.
There's
chairman
no way.
of said association,
They are never
and that
beating
it
the
was
allegations.
Very legal and legally incorporated, and then would go on to Twitter to defend said organization and her beliefs.
I am working with a large group of people, between 17 and 20 active members of the zoosexual community.
Keep the dogs away from her. Keep any animal away from them. Nah. At least she doesn't eat them, eh?
And that includes writers, artists, intellectuals, and pretty much everybody that you would need.
Yo, Elon, can you use your Starlink to pinpoint exactly where this person lives? I need an intercontinental missile.
Need to start an organization from the ground up. I am very happy and proud to announce that I am the chairman of the first zoosexual rights organization.
I'm sorry for stopping so often, but dear God, this is mad disgusting. As somebody who loves animals, not in that way. This is hard. This is really hard to watch. This makes my blood boil. This is really hard to watch.
In the United States.
And it turns out that it was not legal, and it was a lie that the US government recognized it. And not much activity has been undertaken by the organization to this day. So
Good.
it may be safe to assume
Suspended.
it drowned
Gone
in the
with that
ocean
shit.
That is the internet. But
Disgusting.
it did not stop there. They started creating a number of NSFW Twitter spaces, which is like a Discord voice chat for Twitter.
Yeah, what is it?
Suck this cock good. You're gonna suck this cock clean.
For zoophile, age regression, and bedtime stories. Yay! Many of the participants were minors. What is wrong with the
Again?
internet? Can we just alter for our existence? And after that, got exposed
Meteor,
again for having a
now.
relationship with a 16-year-old, which was then preceded by a number of tweets saying how betrayed they felt that the minor they were grooming would tell everyone that they were being groomed and were a minor.
Any such
Can't make
cases.
this up. Then supposedly lied about a 13-year-old committing self-deletion to push their own agenda and somehow seem
And
like
you
the
know
victim.
what the worst part is? This is technically a VTuber, not just a furry.
And shortly after being banned on most platforms because of these actions, and having their home address and face doxed, they would do a little
Based.
buggy
Good.
and leave the internet.
Hypnotist Sappho
Dog fucker.
has joined your lobby.
You know, maybe I even stand up and hit a little boogie with it. Oh, what's that?
Most of that was just 2021, by the way. But they would seemingly go radio silent, as with the doxing and the breakup, it was affecting
Don't
them
care.
mentally. So they would check
Dox this
themselves
bitch.
into a
Don't
mental
care.
institute,
Leak her address.
supposedly. But there was no evidence of this. And whilst they were
Get a
supposedly
gun, get a bullet.
institutionalized, would still try to talk to the minor they just broke up with. But they
Jesus.
would be seemingly quiet over this time, before they left telling people they were close to ending it all, and even having a moment of mental clarity, saying that she was in the wrong, and explaining that she is seeking help for all the things wrong with her, and she would seemingly be off the internet.
There's just one help. I cannot say that on YouTube, but there's just one help. There's just one singular help. One thing that can help you. I'm not
from
gonna
then
say
on.
it.
And between 2021
But there's
and
just
mid-
one thing that
2022,
might be able
she
to
did
help
live up
you.
to that, but it might have been because she was banned off most platforms.
Good.
Now, mid-2022,
Say I'm a file, and also I'm a map, so
there was little to no news on Sappho, except for a different account saying that she had ended herself, and to nobody's surprise, the internet celebrated this.
Reposo Parkwatch. Rest in peace, you won't be missed. And you won't be missed, truly.
But the tweet was in fact a lie, as she was about to
Sadly.
return to the internet. But I'd already done so on VR chat, saying
You can say, like, wishing somebody to off themselves is wrong, but I have no sympathy for child abusers and animal abusers. Zero sympathy. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
she had technically done no crimes whatsoever.
since I haven't actually done anything, technically I haven't like committed a crime. I just say I'm a file, and also I'm a map, so whatever. I look at art.
You're not a map. A map is useful. You are a child predator.
Work. Look at fucking artwork, that's all I do.
Minor attracted person, my ass. You are a predator. Call yourself that way.
And thus we jump back into the pit of delusion. As she would seemingly get banned from VR chat almost immediately, and
Good.
complain on her YouTube community tab that this was the only form of social media she had left, and this was extremely detrimental to her mental health. And
Good.
around this time, Elon Musk acquired Twitter, and his view on censorship is that it shouldn't exist, and a wave of accounts were unbanned, and certain people could recreate their accounts. So Sappho could quite easily return to Twitter now.
Brother,
The reason I hate this tweet is because the best distribution of Linux or flavor is in fact Kali. Anyone else's opinion is just immediately invalid. But anyway, coincidentally, around this time she was released from the Institute, if there ever was an Institute, but they would also return to their
Put her back into the institute.
usual ways, grooming another 14-year-old
Oh,
who around
man.
this time frame should be 16. They are quite literally spawn camping the preschool. But this was in their new Discord server.
no.
A Discord server where they talk directly to minors and even say such things in voice chat, which I brought up earlier.
And like you said, since
Ugh.
I'm satanic mama, that
What the
kind
hell?
of implies something.
This is also where most of the voice chats are leaked from. But with their return to the internet, they would also return to YouTube, creating cybersecurity videos.
We make the feds seethe by talking about cybersecurity topics, commentary, the glowies, and also certain three-letter agencies.
And a website called Fuck the Feds, teaching you how to keep your data secure and hidden from things such as the government. Presumably people thinking this is them teaching people like them to cover their tracks with things like zoophilia. Now this continued all the way to December of 2022, where they were still doing their
A whole
terrible
year?
activities and still tweeting, and they had learned nothing. They just wanted to move on from the situation like it never even happened and still perform the activities they were doing, which was illegal. And let's not mention morally disgusting, but there was one thorn in her side that just kept following her and reminding her of the thing
come on,
she
what is it?
and documenting every wrong step they had taken on the internet. And that was Kiwi Farms, a
Based Kiwi Farms?
forum page readily distributing all the information on Sappho and all her wrongdoings.
Good!
Sappho despised
Good!
these people and blamed them for most of the harassment they get and the doxing, and personally went to Kiwi Farms to argue with them, which resulted in a number of delusional posts, either arguing with them, and even in some occasion admitting they were wrong, and that they are not mentally sound, only for the next day to backtrack and say it was just a moment of weakness.
How tall are you, Sappho? I need some measurements. How tall and wide? I need some measurements for a coffin.
Yes. But Kiwi Farms was able to track down what church she goes to. As part of her so-called recovery process, it was to
A church? Tell that in any church you will not be welcome.
get back into church. And even finding an updated picture of her, something she would post herself anyway. But around New Year's of 2022, she would be swatted, something which would be captured in Brandon FM's video of her, as he was interviewing her at the same time.
Trucking out like that?
Is
Is it because you're worried about stuff, or?
a little bit. Yeah, I'm not worried about you guys.
Okay.
She would blame this entirely on Kiwi Farms, and provide limited evidence of it actually happening. But in Brandon FM's Hypnotist Sappho video, released on the 27th of January 2023, not only does she talk about why she's like this, with excuses of past trauma from being abused by her father,
The infamous trope of I reacted this bad because I had trauma. I was an asshole because I had trauma. Sorry. That is not an excuse. Find a rope.
and being groomed herself, which both reasons are not valid to continue the cycle yourself with other minors.
With my dad, I mean, he was fine too, but, you know, he had a head injury when he was younger, and that made him have, like, anger issues and stuff, and he kind of had a bad drinking problem, and he's been through a lot, and he's had a lot of run-ins with law enforcement. I regret a little bit now, but I dated some older people and, you know, things like that, but,
In that video, she would also say her final goodbye. And just watching that final goodbye, I can quite truthfully say, in my opinion, you cannot have your own monologue on the same level as life is strange after doing the things you have done.
lost and spiritually sick individual. I betrayed my original purpose to do no harm and developed a twisted worldview where I believed reprehensible acts were in fact love or could ever be love. Journey to cleanse myself of this terrible sickness. Something more dangerous than any other thing I have experienced in my life.
Yeah, cleanse yourself.
But it's not too late for me. And it's also
What is
not
that? Is she
too late
twerking?
for you to live in
Where's the
normal
mole
life.
just acting
Like
weird?
when you know the context behind this person and the things they've done and you watch this back, it just exuberates a level of uncanniness. Like the G-Man was doing the entire dialogue or something. But that would be better. But they basically say they're changing now, you know, they're on a strict schedule, and they have people that actually care about them now, and that care has led them to want to improve. It's very vague about what they talk about improving on. Does that mean they're not going to be doing their illegal activities anymore? Or does that mean they're just not going to react to people calling them out about their illegal activities anymore? Nobody knows. But one important thing highlighted by Brandon F.
Maybe she comes back eventually. They all come back eventually.
them is they've had moments of clarity like this in the past, only to then begin the cycle once again. But the final message is basically, I'll be okay guys, I'm not receiving any judgment or trial for any of the things I've done. I'm just going to be incognito on the internet from now on.
I'm focusing on other things now and have the people around me that I've needed for a long time. Healing isn't an easy process, but I really do want to change. So I'm on a strict schedule now, and I'm fundamentally changing parts of my life. I'm getting better now because I've finally woken up, and I'm being treated with compassion by people that actually care.
I am healing. I have educated myself. I have informed myself. Whatever it is. It's all just the same yapping. They just continue anyways.
So I guess that it's goodbye now. For real this time.
Come on, Whale, hit her.
I'll be okay,
Squash her.
and I'm sorry for letting everybody down.
He just flies away.
Don't worry too
Squash
much about
her.
me. I'll be fine.
And then they went poof. And ever since the beginning of 2023, information on Sappho has been quite dry.
Some people think I quit the internet, and some people think I committed.
Alright, bro.
You know, I've said this in previous videos about how impressive the documentation of kiwi farms is, and how if you're like someone like Sappho, they will follow you to the ends of the earth. But I've
Good.
been trying to find any information on their current username on the internet since they retired from most of social media, stated by themselves on their YouTube community tab, which they occasionally use to tell people how things are going, and condemn others, like how people thought they were going under the name Piggy now, and going on to say that isn't them, but they hope they get the judgment they deserve, and going on to say they have moved on from their awful past, and are still maintaining a distance from social media platforms and games like VRChat. She also goes on to ridicule the people on Kiwi Farm still following her around, and that she gets a warm feeling knowing that people are still doing so. But Kiwi Farm seems to believe that they are still active on VRChat, with some YouTube videos linked, with someone in a VRChat with a similar story to Sappho using a voice changer, and talking about how most people think they offed themselves, or quit the internet.
Yeah.
How old are you? I'm 20.
What are you, 16?
No, I'm
You're
20.
20. You're too
Yeah.
old.
Oh, wait, don't.
What the
Hey,
fuck?
hey, what does that
Oh.
mean? Wait,
I'm not all alone.
You
I have a
must
partner.
be.
You're
yeah,
17.
bro.
You must be.
What?
No.
What?
I went to the
Goku,
church,
do something!
And while I was at the church,
Bro, God ain't gonna
people
fucking
doxed
help you,
where
bro.
my church was.
That's how.
Someone tries to fix themselves, and it doesn't work. They don't go and try to fix themselves again. Some people think I quit the internet, and some people think I committed.
Alright, bro's
Okay.
lying.
Come on.
Now, Sappho goes by the name Connor and is doing voice training, so it may not be that far of a stretch to believe this is them. But I like to believe this is generally just a troll, going into lobbies saying all the important details about Sappho's
Man,
past,
this is so
trying to get
this is so
reaction out of people.
disgusting.
But Sappho truly did want to abandon her previous name due to the disgust they felt with all the crimes they've done in the past. Why does she still feel the need to update people through the YouTube community tab? It very much seems counterproductive if she's trying to distance herself from her past, but still goes back to correct people when they have new accusations towards their name, and even update people on their life with the latest post being 2 months ago. I
Crazy.
can't speak for illegal activity, but I don't think they've dropped all the connections to that name. They still hold some care for the platform they used to have, otherwise they would have just deleted the YouTube channel, and not cared about people making allegations towards said name.
I didn't even know much to say, what to say at this point. It's
Now,
just
it's unclear
disgusting.
where
Nothing
Sappho
more,
is
nothing
today
less.
and what she's doing, and if she's still doing illegal activity, but they have stayed true to one thing. They have significantly reduced their presence on social media platforms,
They
at
better
least
do.
as the name Sappho, but it's unknown if they go under another alias. But one thing that is known is that they have indirectly caused damage to the furry community. I still believe not all fairies are bad, and people like Sappho painted a terrible reputation for them just by sharing the same interest of liking anthropomorphic characters. I don't think Sappho's changed, just purely on the fact they've had these moments of clarity in the past and then gone
Why the
straight
Zelda
back to
music?
doing their activities. But there's no evidence to back my claim up, and time can only tell. But good luck with a therapy session after watching this video, and bye-bye.
Yep. I'll be back. I'll get a therapy session real quick. Dear God. Man, this shit is mad disgusting. This was mad disgusting. I have to admit, like this was hard to watch. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my reaction, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys, and stay away from furries like this, at least. Bye.